Shocking. Song Sung-hun confesses feelings for Song Hye-kyo, Song Joong-ki mentioned. Welcome to the warm and slightly chaotic universe of our YouTube channel. The place where K-drama dreams never die and even broken hearts get their own sequel. Before we dive into the juicy headlines today, we'd love to ask all of you dear viewers to give us a big thumbs up of support. Don't forget to subscribe, comment your wildest theory, and most importantly, watch this video to the very end, because somewhere in this story, we've hidden a few special updates you won't want to miss. Think of it as your emotional Easter egg hunt, but with less chocolate and more romance. Now, let's get to the plot twist that's got the entire Hallyu nation clutching their pearls. Part 1. When Autumn Hearts Refuse to Fade. It seems the season of Autumn in My Heart is back, except this time, it's not a drama series, it's real life. Song Hye-kyo, often dubbed the national treasure of beauty in South Korea, has once again become the subject of nationwide whispers, but not because of a new acting role. No, this time, it's something far more heart-fluttering. Enter Song Sung-hun. Yes, that Song Sung-hun, the stoic, heartbreakingly handsome leading man of early 2000s melodramas, the very same who once stood beside Hye-kyo in rain-soaked scenes that made an entire generation sob uncontrollably into their ramen bowls. Nearly 2 decades later, he's done it again, but this time, not on screen. In a recent promotional interview for his latest project, Song Sung-hun casually set fire to every romantic fan forum by confessing that he's still in touch with Hye-kyo. More than that, he admitted he's been keeping an eye on her work, yes, including The Glory. When asked about her performance, he said plainly, "I told Hye-kyo I liked her drama." He said it. He actually said it. Cue the collective gasping from fans, both nostalgic and newly obsessed. Part 2. Song Joong-ki enters the frame, sort of. Of course, no conversation involving Hye-kyo's romantic destiny can avoid the lingering shadow of her ex-husband, Song Joong-ki. The couple's highly publicized divorce in 2019 left a vacuum in the hearts of fans, and no small amount of tabloid frenzy. Since then, Joong-ki has moved on, now married to a foreign partner and preparing to welcome his first child. So naturally, when Sung-hun's candid words about Hye-kyo surfaced, many couldn't help but contrast the two men. One a past chapter, the other, perhaps a rekindled one. If Joong-ki represents a love story that ended too soon, is Sung-hun the plot twist no one saw coming? Fans, being the natural-born detectives they are, began re-examining past interviews, old drama footage, and, yes, even airport fashion choices. Was that black turtleneck a signal? Did that smile linger too long? They're asking the real questions. Part 3. Romance in retrospect, and possibility. Let's just pause and imagine it. Song Hye-kyo and Song Sung-hun reunited not just in headlines, but in life. Both are now unattached. Both have walked through public heartbreaks with grace. Both, in the eyes of millions, deserve a second shot at something real, and maybe even poetic. Remember those moments from Autumn in My Heart, the longing gazes, the silent heartbreak, the bittersweet music swelling just as the umbrella opened in the rain. Now picture that, but with real-life wrinkles, wisdom, and weathered hearts. Not as young lovers doomed by fate, but as adults who've known loss and yet still choose love. There's something remarkably touching about that. Song Sung-hun's recent confession didn't scream tabloid scandal. It wasn't flashy or theatrical. It was simple, genuine, the kind of comment that slips out when someone still carries a little space in their heart for another. He didn't say he was in love, but he said he liked her drama. And in the K-drama universe, that's practically a proposal. Part 4. Fans on fire, and hope in the air. Naturally, fan communities have exploded. The phrase #SongHyo reunion trended briefly after the interview, with fan-made posters circulating within hours. Edits of their younger selves paired with hopeful captions like, "Love rewritten," or "Second Chance Season," flooded social media. Someone even looped a remix of the Autumn in My Heart OST with footage from The Glory. A fan war nearly broke out over whether Song Sung-hun should cameo in Hye-kyo's next project, as her love interest, of course. And can you blame them? Both Song Sung-hun and Song Hye-kyo have remained loyal to their craft, delivering performance after performance, while staying relatively private about their personal lives. But it's exactly that silence that makes this moment feels so loud. It's not just nostalgia that fuels this shipping frenzy. It's the universal hope that, despite the heartbreaks and failed love stories, someone out there is still watching your dramas, still cheering you on from afar, even after all these years. Of course, this isn't the first time Song Hye-kyo and Song Seung-hun have had the rumor mill working overtime. Their chemistry in Autumn in My Heart was so intense, so devastatingly tender, that fans began suspecting life was imitating art even as the series was still airing. Whispers flew around back in the early 2000s. Did they hold hands behind the scenes? Was that lingering gaze in the final scene just exceptional acting, or a hint at something more? Neither of them ever confirmed anything, of course, and for the most part, the rumors cooled off as their careers took them in different directions. But the seed had already been planted in the public's collective imagination, and even decades later, that seed has never quite stopped growing. In fact, every time the two were seen in the same event, even if separated by rows of celebrities, fan theories would instantly catch fire. One particularly memorable moment came during a luxury brand launch a few years ago. Both were present, both dressed in immaculate black, and while they didn't share a red carpet shot, netizens quickly zoomed in on a photo where Seung-hun appeared to glance briefly in her direction. A 3-second eye contact, declared one fan on Twitter. You don't just look at your former co-star like that after 20 years. Theories abounded. Was he admiring her? Was it accidental? Was it love, rekindled in a flash of paparazzi light? No one knew for sure, but the speculation only grew louder. Of course, it's important to stress, these were just suspicions, the kind of delicious maybe romance that keeps fandoms buzzing and editors writing headlines in all caps. Neither of them ever confirmed a relationship, and for all we know, they were simply two professionals with a deep mutual respect. But when it comes to Song Hye-kyo and Song Seung-hun, reality has always had a way of feeling like a drama, whether it's scripted or not. Every polite compliment, every red carpet nod, every shared project from the past becomes a breadcrumb in a much bigger, unsolved love story. Final thoughts and a hint. Is it possible that two of the biggest stars of a generation could be circling back to where it all began? Could this be the K-drama plot twist that not even the screenwriters saw coming? Well, dear viewers, we won't say yes. We won't say no, but we will say, watch until the end of our video, because within this nostalgic love letter lies a sprinkle of something more. Maybe a secret message, maybe a hidden clue, maybe, just maybe, a name drop that will get your hearts racing. So grab your popcorn, rewatch Autumn in My Heart, and join us in daring to believe that sometimes the best endings are the ones you never expected. Stay tuned. Love may just be a scene away.